Hi boys, in this video I'm going to be talking about 1-3, which is called thousandths. In the last video, 1-2, I talked about tenths and hundredths. Today we're going to go one place value over to the right and talk about thousandths. So now you'll see 3 digits after the decimal point in today's lesson, which shows us that we're in the thousandths place value spot. First, let's talk about how we read decimals that go into the thousandths place value spot. Remember, when we're reading decimals, we say the whole group of numbers together, and then we say the word of the place value spot that it ends in. For example, 3, 8, and 9 is 389, and then we say the place value spot it ends in, which after hundredths comes thousandths, so it's 389 thousandths. When we have a whole number, like this second example here, we would read it as 1 and, because decimal point means and, 748 thousandths. 1 and 748 thousandths. This last example is a little bit different. We have lots of zeros, so it kind of might throw us off a little bit, but I have 90, so I could read this as 90 thousandths, which is how this would be read. Now this 0 at the end could be taken off, and I could also read it as 9 hundredths. But since it was there, I would read it as 90 thousandths. Zeros that come in between the decimal point and our first non-zero digit are really important, and they cannot be taken off. But digits at the end, or zeros at the end rather, can be taken off. They are unnecessary. We don't need them, but if they're there, that's fine too. All right, so similar to yesterday's lesson, we're going to write some decimals as fractions. So if I have this decimal, again, say it out loud. This is 3 thousandths, like I just discussed on the last slide. So my top number is the number that I see there, a 3, and the bottom is the word that I said, or the place value spot that this ends in, which is thousandths. So 3 over 1,000. If I had something like this, I would read this as 3 and 78 thousandths. So 3 is my whole big number. Then I worry about the fractional part, which is 78 thousandths. So the number you say goes up top, and the place value word thousandths tells us our bottom number, which is going to be 1,000. In this lesson, you'll also need to do the opposite, which is taking a fraction and then turning that into a decimal. So if I had something like this, this would be 434 thousandths. So I know that my number needs to end in the thousandth spot, which is 3 place value spots over. So I would write it like this. For thousandths, you should always have 3 digits after the decimal point. Let's look at another example like this. What if I had this fraction here? The big number tells me that it's a whole number. Whole numbers go in front of the decimal point. So 5 goes in front of the decimal point. And my fraction would be read as 707 thousandths, meaning my number needs to end in the thousandth spot. And I'll have 3 digits, 707, after the decimal point. Hopefully, after yesterday's lesson, 1-2, this lesson isn't too tricky for you. So go ahead and rewind if you need to watch if you're not feeling sure about how you are doing on this lesson. But if you are feeling sure about this, go ahead and try this problem on your blue video sheet that you will bring back to class tomorrow. You are going to write this mixed number, 3 and 499 over 1,000, as a decimal. Good luck!